Do you want to go on a little tour first?
That would be great.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to show you some stuff, and I'll do it. Well, I want to show you new, old, everything, and we made the signage. So these glass blocks were mounted in walls, about 5 foot high.
You see the brick walls.
Yep.
And under the blocks were LED lights, and each wall had our glass spelling the name of the community.
I'm afraid to move.
I know, I'm afraid to
Glass,
touch
if
stuff.
I could, well,
Yeah.
bull in the glass
Tell you
shop.
what, here. I'll give you the camera and you can walk backwards and do it.
This is the piece that his wife did, and Will can tell you about the process that she developed, or that she researched, and has a piece, I believe, in Smithsonian. I just can't get my fill of this.
These are the archives, and in these archives are things that would probably be responsible for giving me the confidence and the impetus to continue pursuing glass. As part of the cabinet are pieces that I was doing when I first moved to Pennsylvania in undergraduate school. We've been fortunate to have jobs doing things like the Pagoda Awards, and we've done work for the Reading Hospital. We did the installation in the N wing, the new N wing at Reading Hospital in the cardiology waiting room. I try to utilize what glass can do, the properties of glass, to capture and convey ideas. And in the case of the waiting room at the N wing, people are in that cardiology ward usually because of something that's a source of stress, or they're in there because of stress. Take your choice. I wanted to put something in that space that was calming. I'm familiar with the ocean and oceanic imagery, and sitting on the edge of the sea can be extremely relaxing. And I've gotten testimonials sent to me from people who were in that wing, just explaining that that's exactly what happened. They went in, they were feeling uncomfortable, there was something the matter, and this gave them a sense of calm, and that's the best you can hope for. Then I started doing these heads. You can't tell these are heads, but I like making figurative work because a big molten blob of 2,000 degree liquid with a few deft moves will start looking at you. It talks back. Oh yeah, yeah. Those heads were really fun. They're probably some of the more difficult things I ever did.
I was going to say, how do you make something like this?
I make plywood forms,
Yeah, right.
and while my assistants are gathering glass, I get wet clay, and on the inside of the plywood clamshell form, I fabricate all of the expression using wet clay, coil-built wet clay. Then from above, we drop this huge bubble into the plywood form. Smoke, fire, steam starts belching out, and you blow and blow and blow until the clay has impressed itself into the glass. Then you open the plywood, and out you come with this giant piece of bubble head-shaped thing at the end of a blowpipe. I was going to tell you about glass tiers. These are our standard tiers, and these are cremation tiers. This was our early example. This is cremated remains embedded in the glass, but now we do it a different way. We make a hollow form, and then we heat the form to 200 degrees, and we heat the ash to 200 degrees so there's no moisture, and then we put the ash inside the tier and seal it. So many urns are so boring, and often they're either tacky, trite, or ugly, or all of the above. My mother-in-law is in a cast bronze turtle from China. I don't want that.